Welcome back. Let's gusset these coilover towers. All right, so day whatever of this project. Took a couple days off of it, and then been working a little bit this morning. It's almost lunchtime. I've already done some gussets. Let me show you what I've already done. So I've already made middle gussets. Those are right in the middle of the tower, and then also tacked in upper plate gusset there, and then go over top. Got the side gusset onto the strut bar, which we've made the strut bar. I don't think I showed you guys that last time. And then pretty much the same thing for that on both sides. There and there. This one had to change a little bit to go around, so we still have to fully weld everything in. But I am currently just kind of started knocking some stuff out today. Didn't feel like videoing this morning. Had a little headache going, but made this guy on the plasma table. It clicks in nice and happy, just like that. It'll sit somewhere in there, so it'll line up. That'll be the front gusset we have. And then for the other side, we have a steering rack in the way. So steering rack, wow, I'm having some moments today. Steering shaft. Steering shaft's in the way. As you can see, the rag joint is hitting it. I've already drawn on the other side one what needs to get modified. So we'll take this over to the computer here and modify that. And a couple minutes later, after cleaning it all up, there we go. So I can't tack the front gussets in yet because there'd be no way for me to weld the inside there. So I'm gonna just leave those sitting up there like that, and then I'm gonna work on the back side gusset. I think what I'm gonna do is do a tube gusset off the back. It's gonna be behind the fender, so it'll be in the engine well, but then we'll come off the top there, come over a few inches, and then down at an angle, and then land back in here somewhere. I think that's gonna be cool. Instead of making this big plate thing, do a tube. I looked at possibly moving this fender well because it's pretty thin sheet metal, and then bringing it inside the fender well here, but just don't like it. I have to do a lot of sheet metal work to reform that, so I think we'll just make it come in behind because there's tons of room. So let me take some measurements, and I'll be back when I'm ready to bend some tube. All right, and we're back. So already bent one up, got it. That is 70 degrees. This is the next one here. It is so long because this was bent at like 45 degrees. And it was a misbend from another job. So we're using 1.5 inch, 120 wall DOM. So we'll set that guy on there because I already tested it on both sides and it fits both sides perfectly. So all I have to do is copy that angle. And that's a straight cut. But this guy right here lives. It weaves up in there. And then it sits like that. So ties into the top of the tower up there. Comes down to the frame there. Clears everything. picture that on the other side, and that is the brace for the top tower on the rear. Let me get that one cut up. I'll get these tacked in place and I'll be back. I've already welded the back side of those and then got those tacked in the corners as well. So again, I'll be back in a minute. So I have a media blaster. I put walnut shells in it, and I should have put sand in it. So this is going to be something we have to redo in the next couple weeks, but it does an okay job. It won't get essentially the mill scale off, but it gets like the nastiness of the tube essentially. Not happy with it. I gotta put sand in here. Don't make my mistake if you guys get a media blaster and think walnut shells are gonna be better. Get some sand. You can see there, it's like right on it. Nothing. I kind of been using it just to clean the muck from it sitting around the shop off of them and all my parts. Gave up on the media coater over there. It just couldn't get the mill scale off this, so went to the grinder. I'm gonna paint the center section of these because there's no way I can paint them once they're in, and then I'll tack them in. All right, so what we got, the other side's tacked in. Didn't video it, so I figured I'd video this side for you guys. Get everything around here. The old tube. It will slip up in here. There it goes. Make sure our brake line is free. All the other stuff is out of the way. Right about there. You go verify the other sides that way. Very close. Gotta go up just a little bit more, I think. Right in the middle of that bend. Going for the eyeball approach on these because I can only see one side at a time. And that's actually perfect. So let's tack the bottom first. It's heavy tack. On the top here, gotta make sure that we're not hitting our steering shaft. Oops, that's clear. Make sure we're not hitting anything else up there. We're not. Pretty close to the inner fender well right here. So I think what I'm gonna do is push on that fender well, then I'll push the tube out, tack the tube, and I'll let go. That'll give us a gap. Keep the rattling down. There we go. Tubes are in. Let me drop this thing down and show you guys the top so you can see the bottom. And the reason I did not do tubes on the front and the rear, I wish I could have done a whole tube coilover tower. That'd been way easier than what I've had to do, is because the steering shaft is in the way on the driver's side here. So it's kind of right in the way as I showed in the other video, but there's our towers. They come down, they clear the steering shaft, they hit nothing else. We can still get that master out if we need to. There's plenty of room to do that. Then this side, there's nothing in the way. It just comes on down. No issues there. But that's our That's our tower as well. It looks kind of different. I was gonna do like a bent bar situation, but then I'm like, I'm doing plate. Let's make it different. Got my end caps here. You can still access our hardware. So, again, there's another shot of the tube we just made. It's tacked in place. Coming along. I think what I'm gonna do next is, I already got the coilovers out, by the way. I guess you guys probably noticed that, but got the coilovers out. I got the spacers with the single washer back in. The bolts are tightened down. So what I might sit here and do now is fully weld all this stuff. So it definitely is not going forward or backwards, or side to side, I should say, because the strut tower is holding it. They can't go this way. We have a brace and a brace. They ain't going up and down. That'd be impossible. And then they definitely can't spread or get tighter because the coilover spacer's in there. And everything's at so many different angles that it's all kind of holding itself. So I guess I'm gonna spend the next 2 hours and fully weld this front. All right. That's gonna be the end of me talking in this video. I'm gonna spend some time and fully weld this thing, and then I'll throw some B-roll at the end of this video of it all welded up. See you guys next time. Like, share, subscribe, all the fun stuff. Bye.